How are solar systems born? In this video, I will try to answer this question by telling you about a theory about how solar systems form. It will also explain a theory on why solar systems, to even the galaxy itself, form in spiral patterns. I want to preface this by saying that everything explained in this video is just theories, for we do not know exactly if that's how it works, outside of pretty good guesses and a lot of anecdotal evidence. The reason that they aren't fully confirmed is because we can't observe the results of these theories due to the amount of time it would take. We are talking millions of years to confirm if these theories are true, which is not something we can do in our lives. So all we can rely on is the evidence that we can see and the various solar systems in different stages of development. The first stage of a solar system is by a star being made in a nebula. The star acts as a point of gravity that will anchor the leftover materials in the nebula that was left over from the star's birth, called a protoplanetary disk. The star will then grow and grow, which increases its mass, which increases its gravitational pull, which brings in more material that will add to the protoplanetary disk and the star itself. The protoplanetary disk will spin around the star, and eventually the material in the disk will collide at high speeds, adding more mass to another material, which will then gain more gravity from that pulling in more material to hit it. Doing this for millions of years will eventually make a protoplanet. These protoplanets will keep drawing in materials until there is no more to take. Sometimes the protoplanets will take other smaller protoplanets and add to their mass. This is something that happened to Earth when it was forming, and that protoplanet that hit us became our moon. Or at least parts of it became our moon. These now planets, or gas giants, will stay on the course they were already in during the protoplanetary disk phase, with little deviations due to being knocked off course by other materials or the growing star. Planets that form close to the sun will be more hot, and it will usually be more rock and very rarely be gas giants, the exception to that being hot Jupiters. This is the main reason that the known universe all forms in a spiral pattern, because of that protoplanetary disk being a flat, disk, such as our own galaxy, which is also in a spiral pattern. Sometimes the solar system will also catch a rogue planet, which are planets that were ejected from their solar system either during their forming phase or the star's mass became too much and its orbit got affected by that, which then threw it out like a catapult. And now just float in one direction, or the direction that they were catapulted towards, until they become caught by another solar system that has enough pull to keep it there, and also in a stable orbit. If it is in a stable orbit, it will just catapult again, and keep doing that, and keep doing that. Now, you might be wondering, why do planets form in spheres? Well, like most things in the universe, it's because of gravity. During that protoplanetary stage, that protoplanet makes a solid core material, and as more material is added onto the protoplanetary core, there comes a sort of critical mass where the gravity is, instead of just bringing in more material, it also starts to compress all the material it has into the compress all the material it has, and with the center of the mass being in the very center most of the time, all of the gravity starts to collapse towards that, which leads to the signature form of a planet being a sphere. There are ways for planets to not form in the spheres, but that usually only happens to hot Jupiters or planets that are in close proximity to the star it is orbiting. How it happens is that the planet is close enough to the star to be affected by the star's gravitational pull, which pulls the material towards the star. In conclusion, the way solar system is born is through a collapse in the nebula, where 99% of the material is used to fuel the creation of the star, which grows in mass and gravity, which pulls in more and acts as an anchor of gravity for everything else to spin around, leaving the final 1% to be used as materials for the protoplanetary disk, where the material mixes into each other to make protoplanets, which grow in mass and gravity to pull more material until there is nothing left, and then they gain more gravitational pull, And then as they gain more gravitational pull, a critical mass event happens, which then starts to make gravity collapse in on itself, making that spherical shape that planets are known for. This is how a solar system is born. This is not the end of a solar system life cycle. There's more to the solar system life cycle, but it would take more time than is reasonable for me to explain. So I implore you to study this on your own time if you want to know more about how solar systems life cycle goes beyond what I have explained here.